Aisha's world was defined by rules, traditions, and expectations. As the only daughter of a wealthy businessman, her life had always been carefully orchestrated by her parents. But everything changed when she met Kabir. Their love began in secret, growing in the shadows where no one could find them. It was a simple but pure romance, filled with stolen moments, whispered promises, and a song, a melody Kabir would hum to announce his arrival at their hideout. Whenever Aisha heard the tune, her heart would race, and she would sneak out to meet him. In those hidden corners, away from the prying eyes of society, they found happiness. However, their love was doomed from the start. Aisha's father had already promised her hand in marriage to Rasheed, a powerful businessman with deep pockets and family influence. Rasheed was everything Kabir was not: rich, arrogant, and controlling. He viewed Aisha not as a partner, but as an asset to seal his business alliances. But Kabir didn't care. He vowed to fight for their love, no matter what. But fate wasn't on their side. One night, Rasheed discovered the truth. Aisha loved another man. In a rage, Rasheed's men dragged Kabir from the streets and beat him within an inch of his life. Bloodied and broken, Kabir was warned: leave Aisha forever if he wanted her to live. With his heart shattered, Kabir knew he had no choice. He couldn't bear the thought of Aisha suffering because of him. Without saying goodbye, Kabir disappeared. He left behind everything: their love, their song, and his dreams. The only thing he carried with him was his music. And through that music, Kabir found a way to survive. He rebranded himself as Zayn, an anonymous artist whose songs swept across radio stations and cassette tapes. No one had ever seen his face, but his voice became a legend. His songs told stories of love and loss, reaching millions of hearts, though the inspiration for every lyric was the woman he left behind. But Kabir's anonymity wasn't just for mystery, it was his shield. He didn't want the world, or Rasheed, to know who Zayn truly was. Back in her gilded cage, Aisha waited. She held on to the hope that Kabir would return for her. But as the years went by, the walls around her grew tighter, and the weight of her parents' expectations heavier. With no sign of Kabir, Aisha finally gave in to her family's demands. She would marry Rasheed, believing Kabir was lost to her forever. But deep inside, she never stopped listening for that familiar melody, the one Kabir used to hum when he came for her. Rasheed wanted more than just a wedding. He wanted a spectacle. As a final boast of his wealth and influence, he promised that Zayn, the elusive superstar, would perform at his wedding. The announcement sent shockwaves across the nation. The world had waited years to see Zayn's face, and now Rasheed would be the one to unveil him. Guests from all corners of the country flocked to the wedding, and the media buzzed with anticipation. Aisha's parents, relieved that their daughter's rebellious phase was over, spared no expense in preparing the grand event. The venue sparkled with chandeliers, flower arrangements, and gold accents, befitting the union of two powerful families. But Aisha's heart felt empty. As she sat in the dressing room, adorned in her bridal gown and jewelry, she couldn't stop thinking of Kabir. The memories of their stolen moments haunted her. His laugh, his promises, and most painfully, the melody he would hum to call her out of hiding. She had buried those memories deep within her, but today they resurfaced, overwhelming her with emotion. The ceremony began with music and festivities, and the guests buzzed with excitement. Everyone was eager to witness Zayn's first public appearance. Even Aisha's parents looked proud, knowing that Rasheed's connections had elevated their family's status even further. They believed that, at last, everything was falling into place. But as the wedding proceeded, a sense of unease settled over Aisha. Something about the day felt wrong, as if fate had a different plan. The moment everyone had been waiting for finally arrived. The speakers came alive, and Zayn's newest, unreleased song began to play. The crowd swayed to the enchanting melody, lost in the beauty of the lyrics. Aisha sat frozen at the altar, her heart pounding in her chest. The melody was unmistakable. It was the very tune Kabir used to hum to her, their secret song. Tears welled in Aisha's eyes as she realized the truth. This song, though enhanced and perfected, was Kabir's way of telling her that he was here. He had found his way back to her, not in hiding, but in the open, where everyone could see. She scanned the crowd desperately, searching for him among the sea of faces. And then, as the song swelled, a figure emerged from the audience with a microphone in hand, singing the melody in perfect harmony with the track playing from the speakers. It was him, Kabir. Kabir walked slowly toward the altar, his voice resonating through the venue, mesmerizing the crowd. The guests erupted in excitement, realizing that the man they had waited years to see was finally revealed. Zayn was Kabir. Cameras flashed, and the air buzzed with excitement. But all Kabir saw was Aisha. He sang as he approached her, the mic in one hand, his gaze locked on hers. When he reached the altar, he stopped, his voice softening. Aisha stared at him in disbelief, overwhelmed by emotions. Rasheed stood paralyzed, his face a mix of rage and shock. Before anyone could react, Aisha rushed to Kabir and hugged him tightly, sobbing into his chest. The crowd gasped, and whispers filled the room. Kabir gently held her close and whispered, "I didn't sing it to the world, Aisha. I sang it to you. So you'd know I've arrived again, this time, not in hiding, but here, in front of everyone." The atmosphere shifted dramatically. Aisha's parents, seeing the love between their daughter and Kabir, knew they had lost. They approached him slowly, their pride giving way to regret. "We were wrong," Aisha's father admitted quietly. "If she is happiest with you, we will not stand in your way." The media frenzy intensified, with cameras capturing every moment. Kabir and Aisha's love story became an instant sensation, spreading across social media, television, and radio. The world celebrated their reunion, captivated by the romance that had triumphed over betrayal and separation. Rasheed, humiliated and powerless, could do nothing but watch as Aisha and Kabir left the altar hand in hand, their love now unstoppable. Later, in a quiet moment away from the crowd, Aisha playfully teased Kabir. "Why did you sing our secret song to the whole world?" Kabir chuckled and kissed her forehead. "It's still just for you. But now the world knows, and they must approve." Their story ended not with a wedding, but with a promise to walk through life together, no longer in secret, but in the light, where their love could shine for all to see.